Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Beam, and I am the e-content specialist at the Reaching Across Illinois Library System, also known as RAILS. And I'm here to tell you about Inkie.org, a resource that's available to you via your local library. So what is Inkie.org? Inkie.org is a website that you have access to, and on that website, you are going to find a suite of resources that supports Illinois authors with online book creation and publishing tools, which you can do via software called Pressbooks. Pressbooks is relatively straightforward editing and ebook creation software. Inkie.org also provides Illinois authors with avenues to share their work, and this is via something called the Indie Author Project. Indie Author Project is an organization that we partner with that allows self-published authors to share work with readers here in Illinois and across the country. Inkie.org also allows readers to access locally produced content, and this is via something called the Inkie.org library. The Inkie.org library is a collection of e-content and self-published ebooks by Illinois authors and creators. One thing I want to highlight is you do not need a library card to access any of these resources. You just need to be in the state of Illinois. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about each of these aspects or parts of Inkie.org in my presentation today, including a quick demo of each. So let's get started with online book creation and publishing tools. Let's talk about Pressbooks. So Pressbooks is online software that allows you to create ebook files. So this is where you're going to take the thing that you've written and turn it into an ebook. You can create an ebook in about 5 steps. I think I said on the last slide that it is a relatively straightforward process. I counted. It just takes about 5 steps to create an ebook. The first thing that you're going to need to do is you are going to need to register for a Pressbooks account, and you do need an email address to do that. That is the one thing you do need in order to get started with Pressbooks. Once you do that, you're all set up with an account. You're going to add some information about your book, including title and author. And then you are going to add and organize your text. There is a text editor in Pressbooks, so if you want, you can write the entire thing right in Pressbooks itself, or you can import a file that you've already created from something like Word or Google Docs. Once you import the text, you are going to select a design theme, so you can change the way the font looks or the chapter headings, import a cover, etc. And then you're going to export your ebook. You can export the file as an EPUB, which is your standard ebook file, or different file formats like PDF, etc. Inkie.org also makes training resources available for you. So you can always go back to the Inkie.org website for more information on how to do things, including links to the Pressbooks user manual, as well as instructional videos. All right, so let's do a quick demo. I'm going to hop out of my presentation and take you to Inkie.org. So this is Inkie.org. This is the website that I've been talking about. This is the homepage. And on the homepage here, you're going to see those things that I was talking about. So Inkie.org includes a way for writers to create ebook files, ways for them to share those ebooks, and also has resources for readers to discover ebooks. What I like to do is I like to come up here to these buttons up here. And we're going to get started with writers, create your ebook. So this is going to take you to a page with a lot of the information that I just gave you about Pressbooks, including those instructional videos that I mentioned and help resources. So you're welcome to view those. But say you just wanted to get started creating your ebook. You're going to come up here to this purple button and go ahead and create your ebook. So this takes you out of the Inkie.org website and to the Pressbooks portal. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Create Your Book here. Now this is where if you do not have a Pressbooks account, you are going to need to register for one. And again, I think the only thing that you're going to need in order to register for a Pressbooks account is an email address. So as long as you have that, you get all signed up, go ahead and click Submit to log in. And it's going to take you to your Pressbooks dashboard. So when you get to the dashboard here, you're going to see the most recent project that you were working on. This is the most recent thing that I was working on here, as well as some tools for when you get into the creating an ebook part. But I want to go ahead and start from the beginning and import some text. So I'm going to click on Create Book to start a new project. And this takes you to a page, that page where you're going to add your book information. So it's going to ask you to name the project. This is just for quick access to the project in the future. These are all of the demo books that I've created for other trainings that I've done. All right, so let's go ahead and add that book information. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to give my project a name. We're going to call this one Project 6. And we are going to give the book a title. We're just going to call this one Inkie Practice. And we're going to go ahead and create our book. All right. So we've got, you can see that this is now updated, our newest book. We've got Inkie Practice up here. It's given us kind of a generic cover and given us some options for what we want to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and import the text of the book. So I'm going to come down here to this button and import content. This is going to ask what file type this content is coming from. We're going to import from a Word document, and we are going to upload a file. So let's go ahead and choose that file. This is my test book. We're going to open this guy up. And we're going to go ahead and begin the import. So it is pulling the text out of a Word document and putting it into Pressbooks. So an interesting thing happened when I imported this text, and I want to kind of show you guys what it looks like, what's happening here. So this is the document that I pulled the text from. If I open this up as a Word document, you are going to see that the text is written with headings. So these headings have been added to break the book up into chapters. I did not tell Pressbooks that I had headings for chapters. It's chapter 2, for example. But what Pressbooks has done is it has recognized those headings, recognized that they exist, and imported them as separate chapters, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and select all of the chapters and import my selection. Right. And you can see that it's imported some front matter, an introduction, the main body of the text. These are all of the chapters here, and as well as some back matter, so an appendix in the back of the book. What I can do here, if I want to, if I say, you know, I think this work needs a little bit more editing, I can come up to any of these chapters and I can click the edit button and open that chapter up. And it's got the text right here. And it's got the text where I can write right there in the text editor if I want. So if I said, okay, you know, I'm going to change this sentence a little bit. I'm going to change this to, you know, first things first. And I say, okay, that's better. I can save that if I want. I'm not going to do that to J.M. Barrie. I'm not going to add random sentences to Peter Pan. So I can just take that out and keep it as it is. Click save. Let's go back to organizing our text. The other thing I can do if I wanted to, along with just, you know, editing the text itself, let's say that I'm reviewing this and I say, okay, well, you know, everything is written just how I want it to, but I think this chapter actually needs to come before the chapter before it. So I can just click and drag this chapter and reorganize my text if I wanted to. Again, I'm not going to do that to J.M. Barrie, so we're going to put chapter 5 back where it belongs. But there's a lot you can do to organize the text, to change what you've written, to perfect what you've written right here in Pressbooks. When I get it to a point where I say, okay, I think it's pretty good and I want to go ahead and finalize it, I'm going to come over here to Appearance and select a design theme. So this is where I can choose the font, the way the chapter headings look, etc. for my work. And let's say, okay, what do I want for Peter Pan? I'm going to choose the Christie theme right here. I'm going to go ahead and activate that one, so that when I export the book, this is the way the chapter headings are going to look, and this is the font for the text. So that's active now. I'm almost there. I'm already to the 5th step, the last step, where I'm going to export my ebook. So I say, okay, I've got my text in there. It is edited the way I want it to be. I've got a design theme selected. Let's go ahead and export that book. If I want, I can add cover to it. You can either have Pressbooks generate a cover for you, or you can upload your own image. We're going to go ahead and export the book the way it is. So I get to the export page, and I've got some options. If I want, I can select PDF or print. Say you want to, share the book with a friend, maybe have them read and edit it. You can send it to them as a PDF. You can select a few other file formats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it on ebook, on EPUB, because that is the most common ebook file format. And I'm going to go ahead and click export. And it really just takes a few minutes. There you go. We now have an EPUB that's been created. From here, I can download it to my computer if I want. I can delete it if I don't want it anymore. But that's it. We've done it. We just created an ebook. So let's go back to my slideshow. And let's talk about what happens next. So you've created your ebook. And now you want to share it with the world. How do you do that? Well, Inkie.org provides you a few avenues to do that. The first way is through something called the Indie Author Project. So this is that initiative that supports self-published authors and libraries, and they host and promote a collection of self-published ebooks. One of those collections is called Indie Author Project Select. So these are self-published ebooks that are available via libraries across the country. These are ebooks that have been vetted by Library Journal and selected as the best of self-published ebooks. To get your ebook into the Indie Author Project Select collection, you need to submit it via the Indie Author Project for consideration, and you do that through a portal on Inkie.org, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. That submission portal also grants your book admission into the Indie Illinois ebook collection. So Indie Illinois is a collection of independently and self-published ebooks that are just by Illinois authors. These are available to read via the Inkie.org library, which I'm going to show you in a minute as well. And they are available to everyone in Illinois. And again, it's the same portal, the same submission process as if you're submitting to Indie Illinois or Indie Author Project Select. And then I also wanted to mention the soon-to-be famous Illinois Author Project contests. So this was a contest that was started here in Illinois in 2013. It was started by library professionals who wanted to support self-published authors and really showcase the power of libraries. It has since gone nationwide, and the Indie Author Project has been instrumental in taking that project nationwide. There are now contests in 15 states and 2 Canadian provinces, and there is a national contest of statewide winners. So if you win the Illinois contest, you are entered into the nationwide contest. There are a few different categories. There is the novel contest. This was the original one. It was for a self-published work of adult fiction. They have also added a young adult fiction category. Winners of this contest receive a cash prize, recognition, and inclusion in a full-page print spread in Library Journal, opportunities and events to promote your work, and you are automatically entered into the national contest if you win the Illinois Novel Contest. There was a new contest that was debuted in 2021 for the best self-published work in Spanish. Like the novel contest, you win a cash prize, recognition, and opportunities to promote your book, inclusion in that full-page print spread in Library Journal, etc. And then there's also a manuscript contest. This was started in 2019, and it is for a work of fiction that has not been published, that is not quite ready to be a self-published ebook. And that's because if you win the manuscript contest, you win line editing services, professional cover design, as well as support and recognition. And when you do self-publish your ebook, if you go the self-publishing route, it is automatically entered as a semi-finalist in the soon-to-be famous novel contest the next year. So let's take a look at how it works to submit your ebook. So let's go back to Inkie.org. And this time, under the Writers tab, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click on Share Your ebook. And this is going to take you to a page that gives you information, some of the information that I just gave you about the different Illinois Author Project contests, about Indie Illinois and Indie Author Project Select. If you want, you can watch a quick instructional video on how to submit your book. The Indie Author Project used to be called Self-E, which is why you see Self-E in some places, but it is now the Indie Author Project. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Submit Your ebook button. Kind of like Pressbooks, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to a portal page where you're leaving Inkie.org and you're moving over to the Indie Author Project, and it's going to give you some information on what the Indie Author Project is, as well as some guidelines for submitting your book to the project. You've read through this, you say this all sounds really groovy, go ahead and click Submit Your book. And from here, it's just a matter of entering your information. So you're going to enter contact info. You are going to, I can't progress through these screens in the demo right now, but I will run through what sort of each step is. So after you enter your details, you're going to go to the file upload portion, and that's where you upload the file, the ebook file that you maybe just created using Pressbooks. You're going to go ahead and upload that to the system, add a few details about it, agree to the terms of the Indie Author Project, and then go ahead and submit your work. And like I said, this is the one portal that you need to add your work to both the Indie Author Project Select to be considered for Indie Author Project Select. It's the same portal if you want your ebook to appear in the Indie Illinois collection. Same thing, you just need to submit it once. All right, let's take a look at that collection that I keep talking about. Let's take a look at Indie Illinois. And so this is the sort of the third part of Inkie.org that I want to tell you about today, and that is how you access locally produced content. And that is via something called the Inkie.org library. So this is a collection of e-content, and it lives on a platform called BiblioBoard. So you can visit the BiblioBoard website or download the BiblioBoard app in order to access these materials. The Indie Illinois collection is the one that I keep mentioning. These are self-published ebooks by Illinois authors. This is the collection that you can add your ebooks to. There are all sorts of different ebooks available from authors all over the state. I'll give you a quick demo of that in just a minute. And then on Inkie.org, there are a couple of other collections that you can access. One is called the Rails Community Collections, or the Illinois Libraries Community Collections. So this is a collection of e-content that have been curated by local libraries. And so they include things like historical photo collections from the community cookbooks, writers group projects, etc. Different libraries all over the state create these, and they are really, really fun collections to browse. And so if you're on the Inkie.org library, I recommend checking them out. There is also a collection of Arcadia titles, Arcadia History Press titles for towns in Illinois, and I will show you those as well. And one thing I want to mention about the Inkie.org library collections is that these are available to everyone in Illinois. You do not need a library card. You do not need a login. On top of that, there are no holds on any of the items. They're all available for simultaneous use. You never need to wait to access or read a title. These materials are available to everyone all the time. So let's go take another look at Inkie.org, and let me show you how to get to the Inkie.org library. So what I like to do is I like to come up with this button called Readers, click on that, gives you some of that information I just gave you about what Inkie.org, what the Inkie.org library is. I come on here and click on BiblioBoard website. And this is going to take us to the platform where these collections live. Again, first thing you're going to see are those Arcadia Publishing and History Press titles. These are historical titles about communities all over the state of Illinois. And on here, you can see some of the titles that are available in Indy, Illinois. So these are independently published titles by Illinois authors. And then you have some of those Illinois Libraries community collections down here. Well, what I like to do, I'm going to show you, come here to the menu button. And we're going to click on modules. A module, those are the three big collections available via this platform: Arcadia, Indy, Illinois, and the Rails community collections. I'm going to click on Indy, Illinois. So we're going to take a look at what is available to you. So these are all the different genres that are represented. And within each of these, you're going to find ebooks, again, self-published ebooks by Illinois authors. There is a lot of content that you can read. I'm going to select something from, I think, mystery. So click on mystery. Again, you can see sort of all the things that are available. If I want a little bit more information about a title, all I need to do is click on the cover. It's going to give me details, the author, the description. And let's say I read through the description and I say, great, this sounds good. I want to read it. I'm just going to click the read button right here. And it's going to take me directly into the book. Again, I didn't need to log in with anything. I didn't need a library card. I can just access the titles immediately as soon as I find them. And it's that easy. I can just click through and start reading the title if I wanted to. I like showing this book off because The Bone Shroud was one of the winners of the soon-to-be famous Illinois Author Project Contest in 2019. And like I said, I recommend checking out the other collections that are available, the Arcadia Publishing titles. Again, these are those historical titles that are about communities all over Illinois. So absolutely worth reading and browsing through. And then the Illinois Libraries community collections are a lot of fun as well. If you click on this, you can see the kinds of things that libraries are adding. One of the most popular things are yearbooks. So you can look through old vintage yearbooks that have been scanned and made available via the Inkie.org library. So it's a fun website. You can kind of get lost on it. You can, again, read content by local Illinois authors, but you can also see some local history at the same time. All right, so just a quick recap. Inkie.org is a website with resources for writers and readers. It includes self-publishing editing tools and software, avenues to share your work with readers in Illinois and across the country, and a way to discover excellent self-published works by Illinois authors. Again, it's available to everyone across the state of Illinois, no login or library card required. Check out Inkie.org today and feel free to share it with your friends and family across Illinois. Thank you.